Hi everyone, I am Mamta and here I am again with a new topic. In this session, we will explore Fiedler's contingency model and we will look at how it can highlight the most effective leadership style to be used in different situations. Let's understand this model. The Fiedler's contingency model was created in the mid-1960s by Fred Fiedler, a scientist who studied the personality and characteristics of the leader. The model states that there is no one best style of leadership. Instead, a leader's effectiveness is based on the situation. This is the result of two factors. One is the leadership style and the second factor is situational favorableness. Identifying leadership style is the first step in using this model. Fiedler believed that leadership style is fixed and the attitudes of the leader can be measured using a scale he developed called as Least Preferred Co-worker, which is called as LPC scale. The scale is basically a questionnaire consisting of 16 items used to reflect a leader's underlying disposition towards others. Each item in the single scale is given a single ranking of between 1 and 8 points, with 8 points indicating the most favorable rating. The scale asks you to think about the person who you have least enjoyed working with. This can be a person you have worked with in your job or in your education or in your training. You then rate how you feel about this person for each factor and add up your scores. If your total score is high, you will likely, in order to assess, Fiedler developed the least preferred co-worker, that is LPC scale, in which the leaders are asked about the person with whom they least like to work with. To be a relationship-oriented leader, if your total score is low, you are most likely to be task-oriented leader. The items in the LPC scale are pleasant, unpleasant, friendly, unfriendly, and likewise as listed in the table. The model says that the task-oriented leaders usually view their LPC score more negatively, resulting in a lower scale. Fiedler called this low LPC leaders. He said that low LPCs are very effective at completing the task. They are quick to organize a group to get tasks and the projects done. Relationship building is a low priority for LPC of this type, that is low LPC. However, relationship oriented leaders usually view their LPCs more positively, giving them a higher score. These are therefore called as high LPC leaders. High LPCs focus more on personal connections and they are good at avoiding and managing conflict. They are better able to make complex decisions also. Next, you determine the situational favorableness of your particular situation. This depends on three distinct factors. First is leader-member relations. This is the level of trust and confidence that your team has in you. A leader who is more trusted and has more influence within the group is in a more favorable situation than a leader who is not trusted. Second is the task structure. This refers to the type of task you are doing, whether it is clear and structured or vague and unstructured. Unstructured tasks or tasks where the team and leader have little knowledge of how to achieve them are viewed unfavorably. Third is leader's position power. This is the amount of power you have to direct the group and provide reward or punishment. The more power you have, the more favorable your situation is. Fiedler identified power as being either strong or weak. Now the correlation between leaders' LPC scores and group effectiveness. With the help of these three variables, 8 combinations of group task situations were constructed by Fiedler. These combinations were used to identify the style of the leader. The leader's effectiveness is determined by the interaction of the leader's style of behavior and the favorableness of the situational characteristics. The most favorable situation is when leader-member relations are good, the task is highly structured and the leader has a strong position power. Research on the contingency model has shown that the task-oriented leaders are most effective in highly favorable, that is 1, 2, 3, and highly unfavorable situation, that is 7 and 8, whereas relationship-oriented leaders are more effective in situations or intermediate favorableness, which is 4, 5 and 6. Fiedler also suggested that leaders may act differently in different situations. Relationship-oriented leaders generally display task-oriented behaviors under highly favorable situations and display relationship-oriented behaviors under unfavorable, intermediate favorable situations. Similarly, task-oriented leaders frequently display task-oriented in unfavorable or intermediate favorable situations but display relationship-oriented behaviors in favorable situations. Hi everyone, I am Mamta and here I am again with a new topic. In this session, we will explore Fiedler's contingency model and we will look at how it can highlight the most effective leadership style to be used in different situations. Step 2 is identify your situation. That is, answer the questions. Are leader-member relations good or poor? Is the task you are doing structured or is it more unstructured, or do you have little experience of solving similar problems? Do you have strong or weak power over your team? Step 3 is determine the most effective leadership style. The figure shows a breakdown of all the factors we have covered, that is leader-member relations, task structure and leader's position power. The final column identifies the type of the leader that Fiedler believed would be the most effective in each situation. For instance, imagine that you have just started working at a new company, replacing a much loved leader who recently retired. You are leading a team who views you with distrust, so your leader-member relations here are poor. The task you are all doing together is well defined, that is, it is structured, and your position of power is high because you are the boss and you are able to offer reward or punishment to the group. The most effective leader in this situation would be high LPC. That means a leader who can focus on building relationships first. Or this is the second example. Imagine that you are leading a team who likes and respects you. So your leader-member relations here are good. The project you are working on together is highly creative. That means it is unstructured and your position of power is high since again you are in a management position of strength. In this situation, a task-focused leadership style would be most effective. Now there are some criticisms of the Fiedler contingency model. One of the biggest is the lack of flexibility. Fiedler believed that because our natural leadership style is fixed, the most effective way to handle the situations is to change the leader. He didn't allow for flexibility in leaders. For instance, if a low LPC leader is in charge of a group with good relations and doing unstructured tasks and he or she has a weak position, that is the fourth situation, then according to the model, the best solution is to replace his or her with a high LPC leader instead of asking he or her to use a different leadership style. There is also an issue with the least preferred co-worker scale. If you fall near the middle of the scoring range, then it could be unclear which style of leader you are. The authors say that even under the best circumstances, the LPC scale only has about a 50% reliable variance. This means that according to their criticism, the LPC scale may not be a reliable measure of leadership capability. It's also preferably possible that your least preferred co-worker is a genuinely confused, unpleasant or evil person. If you are unfortunate enough to have encountered such a person just once in your career, then you might always be categorized as a low LPC leader. However, people-oriented you actually are. Thank you so much.